Hello there, MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today I'm going to feature an archetype that many of you have been requesting for me to showcase for quite some time actually, and one that I've been wanting to dwell into myself, and that is none other than Karma LUX in a deck called Sparkly Insight because of all the cheesy lines from LUX. This is a Karma LUX deck that was originally designed by True Dawn, and in fact in the middle of this deck I'm going to make one change because I just recorded a live recording session with it, right? And I'm going to change Judgment. I'm going to take one Judgment out. I'm going to incorporate one extra Dawn and Dusk because this card is actually really strong in the deck. I'm going to explain why in a bit. This deck is different from True Dawn's variant. I've been tweaking certain cards here and there. I added Remembrance, which I think is really strong in the archetype, and a third Karma amongst other things. But the concept of this deck is pretty straightforward in a way. But it's one of the decks that has the most snowbally potential in the late game. Naturally, we're playing Karma, and that is basically what a Karma deck entails, right? The ability to duplicate our spells once we are enlightened and we level her up, we get to cast the spell again on the same target. So the concept between, or the concept for Karma and Lux working together is that they can, you know, basically feed each other and generate insane value, because as you're duplicating spells that you're casting with Karma, you are generating more final sparks through Lux's ability. And when you cast said final spark, you're casting it twice. So because of the overwhelm effect from Final Spark, after, for example, if you apply this on a 4/4 unit, you kill it, and the second Final Spark, even though it has no more target anymore, still deals 4 damage to the opponent's Nexus, which leads to a very nasty late game in which we just overwhelm our opponent with value and direct damage, as we have quite a few tools to make it to that point. So the first detail that you guys have probably noticed is the lack of 1 or 2 mana plays in the deck. And that is, you know, not a slip up by any means. This deck never plays anything turn 1 or turn 2 because we're always trying to float all the spell mana for turn 3, which is when we start to get going. Why do we do this? Because we have Standalone. Standalone is a pretty disgusting card, in my opinion. I'm going to make a video soon talking about some cards that I want changed in Legends of Runeterra, you know, from a design perspective, or cards that I feel are overpowered. And Standalone is one of the top it's one of the main cards that I will talk about in that video. Like, this is one of the most problematic cards in the game right now, and we are most certainly abusing it. So the idea here is we float the first 2 turns, and then we can drop something like a Solitary Monk, a Shadow Assassin, or an Emerald Awakener and apply Standalone on it. So we're using the first couple of turns in which we didn't do anything, all that spell mana that we floated over, we're utilizing it to buff our 3 mana play. And with Solitary Monk, for example, this leads to a 7/6 with Elusive by turn 3, which is pretty nutty and difficult for the opponent to deal with. Also because of the presence of Emerald Awakener, which in the late game, as we are enlightened, can give us a 6/6. But also with Standalone, can provide us with a turn 3 5/5 lifesteal. This deck also has a very easy time shutting down aggro decks as well. Shadow Assassin is obviously a must, as we draw a card off of her, and she's an elusive, so obviously she fits this 3 mana play sort of strategy really well. Then we have Twin Disciplines, Prismatic Barrier as 3 mana spells as well. Burst Speed, Protection. Twin Disciplines can be used offensively as well, and can be really powerful with Karma, as we can potentially duplicate it and get +6 attack or +6 health for just 3 mana. In, like I said, the late game. I'm going to be referring the late game a lot with this deck because that's basically where we're aiming for. We have a triple set of Deny to counter any key plays our opponent may have to shut down our strategy, mainly, you know, non-damage based removal like Ruination or Vengeance from Shadow Isles, amongst many other things, naturally. 2 copies of Kinku Lifeblade to kind of like, you know, enable Standalone even more. The original list has 3 copies. I think 2 is more than enough. Fantastic card, especially in the case of us not drawing a 3 mana card to Standalone. We can just wait for turn 4, in which we play Kinku Lifeblade and play Standalone onto him and have a 5/5 elusive with lifesteal, which can go a long way at making a comeback. Spirit's Refuge as a 3-of alongside Prismatic Barrier, 4 protection, 3 copies of Will of Ionia. The original deck list had 3 detains. I think Will of Ionia is just superior, cheaper, less counterable, you know, or interactable, and just overall a better card. So we have it as a full set. And then 3 Karma, 3 Lux, 2 Dawn and Dusk. I went from 1 to 2 in the middle of this deck tech because this card is really nutty. We can use it to make 2 copies of Karma so that every time we play a spell, we generate, like, I don't even know how many copies of it at that point. But basically, if we have Lux on the board on top of that, our final sparks are just going to completely obliterate our opponent. So this card in itself is actually a very legit win condition. On top of that, we have Remembrance, which is a personal addition of mine. I think this card can be really solid as well. In the potentially even turn 3, if we don't find standalone or a 3-drop, there are some games in which it's going to happen. Remembrance can be a turn 3 5-drop from Demacia, which is really neat, and obviously gives us a way to develop a board state to defend ourselves with Karma, and also is a way to immediately get a final spark out of Lux as well, because it is a 6-mana spell on its own, and a 1-off of Judgment, which used to be a 2-of in this deck, but I think 1 is just enough. You don't really need more. And that is the deck list right there, ladies and gentlemen. Really strong, really fun to play, super disgusting as we get these 2 champions on, and you guys are going to see what I'm talking about in the gameplay that I got for you. My girlfriend personally hates this deck. She likes blue. No, she dislikes blue-based decks in Magic the Gathering, and she just hates, you know, spell-based builds. She's also my editor, so she's going to have a fun time editing this one. She really hates Karma. So hopefully you guys do like Karma. I know a lot of you have been asking me to showcase this combo, and I think I should have done so sooner, because this is a really legit champion combination, and honestly a very, very powerful looking deck, and you guys are going to see in the gameplay what I'm talking about. So without further ado, I'm going to stop talking. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe and comment and all that stuff. It helps me out. You know, my videos reach out more people and all that good stuff, and I will keep the daily content coming. I appreciate all the support. Hopefully you guys enjoy the games, and I'll see you tomorrow. And right off that, we're facing an Elusive deck. This deck has been really popular as of late. I didn't even try it out myself earlier this morning, and I think it's a little bit overrated personally. I think the gameplay is very linear, and I don't know. I feel like it's very, very counterable, right? But it is definitely, like, just something to keep in mind, guys. Like, when a deck is, like, really popular, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the best deck. It's just kind of like the flavor of the day sort of thing. And that's what I've been really enjoying about this metagame, is that it's very shifting. But let's focus on the actual match, shall we? I'm going to keep the Kenku Lifeblade, I believe. I'm going to drop the Remembrance and the Twin Disciplines, because I have it standalone. And by turn 4, I can Kenku into standalone, and that gives me an Elusive blocker to buy some time for the late game, in which we go for, you know, Karma and Lux shenanigans. So I think that's a correct keep, as we just pass. With this deck, we never have anything to do the first couple of turns.
Everything's better with company. Says you.
We actually have no, like, 2-mana play or 1-mana play, so we always pass. It would be nice to have a 3-mana Elusive, though. Definitely, but yeah, can't ask for everything. We could go for Remembrance, but I don't really think that's wise, so we're just gonna...
They cannot hide.
We're just gonna take this hit. But that's what we got our boy Kenku for. Double standalone can be very, very easily abused here. Solitary Monk is tempting, but I think Lifeblade is... is it better? I haven't taken that much damage. I have not taken that much damage. This is more resilient. Like, the 1 health can go a long way, right? I mean, with double standalone, does it really make a difference? 9 versus 8 health. How relevant is that?
These are dangerous lands.
I'm gonna play the Lifeblade, the Kenku Lifeblade here.
Extra hands never hurt.
Got what I came for.
That's 3 attack. That's 5 attack, which means we cannot stand alone here. So we're gonna pass. As we can potentially double standalone now. We can't double standalone and Twin Disciplines, as we are at 8 mana. So we'll lead off with 1 standalone. We'll go on from there.
Do not fear the shrouded path.
I walk your path alone.
This is a big hit we're gonna be taking, though.
They'll never see us coming. Remember the plan.
Shadows cut deep and weapon.
I sense fear.
For 3 mana, my opponent cannot really... We still go down to 10, but for 3 mana, my opponent can't really, he can't Will of Ionia. Mainly he can't Will of Ionia. He also can't Spirit's Refuge, which would deny my life gain. I like that deny there as well. I think deny there is really key. I think I'm just gonna go for an attack before he can buff up anything, and I'm gonna go for a... We could see a Spirit's Refuge here. We're going to attempt to deny this. These elusive decks tend to play 1 deny themselves, only 1, which makes it unlikely that they have... They could have another Will of Ionia. We will go for Twin Disciplines in response.
Master.
And we'll get back our health.
Shh, quietly. Don't ask how I got it.
As this way we're buying time so we can actually develop the LUX and start putting in the work. Though that just happened. Fortunately for us, we do have Dawn and Dusk. Dawn and Dusk here can be pretty clutch. Pretty damn clutch. As we just basically used it there to deny his attack. Now what I want to do is I want to play Lux.
We can do this.
We can do this. As we enable the prismatic barrier onto this, and I'm just gonna pass here. Because I don't want him, like, the thing about his board right now is that it's completely clustered, right? So because it's completely, everything is occupied here, I'm gonna use that against him. He probably has more elusive units in his hand, so unless he has stuff like the Navari Conspirator, he can't really develop anything else on this board, and he's pretty stuck in that sense. We have Will of Ionia and Prismatic Barrier here as really neat tools. We can start going for the Remembrance here as well. And the Remembrance can go a long way. That Dawn and Dusk was actually like super clutch. Like I would be dead otherwise. All right.
Eyes open. I sense fear.
I'm gonna block you here.
Never back down from what you believe.
And block you here, I believe. I think that's good.
Protect each other. Hang on,
This Kinku life plate is just keeping me alive. Holy crap. I think I want to go for this. Remembrance. Because what this Remembrance will do is it will enable me to level up and get that final spark to start picking off this man's board.
Time for a leap of faith.
By the light.
By the light! So we get a 5/5 out of that.
Dark beckons.
And we get to eliminate one of his units there. I'm gonna go for an Emerald Life Awakener,
No suffering, so we may end it.
who will become a 6/6.
Cannot strike what they cannot.
And down goes the Kinku Life Blade. We're gonna call that a turn. We're stuck here with the Solitary Monks, but it's fine. Like at this point,
My wisdom is now my strength.
we got some really strong power going on here. English.
Advantage is mine.
Attack with this. I also want to attack with Lux as well, potentially.
Illuminate the enemy. It's too late for you.
This one's trouble. Looking for this?
Demacian steel. Try Demacian magic.
We're gonna go for the for that.
Shadow.
We're doing our opponent a bit of a favor here by clearing his board.
Steps the hardest.
Something for the road?
And as of right now, we're just gonna have to pass here. We're at full health again.
Step lightly.
We could go for another prismatic barrier and get the final spark, but there's no rush for that. We'd rather play prismatic barrier when we actually get some good usage out of it. There's karma. There's karma.
The answer lies within.
And now
Speaks through me.
we go turbo. Now we go turbo, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, let's see.
I will learn from you.
Eyes open.
Do your worst. Met with steel.
I won't stand by.
We're gonna go for this block. That's fine. The cavalry putting in the work here, and now we start blasting away.
By the light.
By the light! Double boom, and because of the overwhelm, oh, we start to get going. Alright. Alright. Let's pass here. I want more spells. Alright, that's neat.
The advantage is mine.
Charge.
Ours is the will of Ionia.
It will be done. I'll protect you.
Easiest final sparks of my life, son. How about we finish him off with style, huh? Yeah! With double fleeting final spark on that, we killed. That was a pretty sweet game. We took, you know, a bit of pressure early on, but the Dawn and Dusk stalled him out. And, you know, the game plan worked. It's a pretty solid deck, and like I said, I think that deck is very linear. The thing about the Elusives, like the Freljord Elusive, is just, it's very predictable in what it can do. It has like a certain cap, and what I mean by linear is that it doesn't snowball like crazy like my deck, for example, right? My deck has tremendous like late game potential. My opponent's deck is just, you know, Elusives trying to kill you early, and if you stop that, they're never going to do anything too wacky. So, yeah, I think that game highlighted what I meant by that, and, you know, it was a good way to start things off with this deck today. Alright, it's my boy Raging Kiwi. There's like a bug that shows like the prior rank, like your the rank one game ago as you queue into the game. This hand is a bit of a no-no. We're gonna go ahead and mulligan this, this, and this. We keep the standalone, as standalone is one of the things you want to keep in your opening hand, especially if you can find something like a solitary monk. You can just abuse the shit out of this. So game plan is pretty simple. We solitary monk turn 3, we stand alone it, and then profit.
Come closer. I don't.
We never have a turn 1 or turn 2 play.
I walk my path alone.
She likes being alone. And she likes standing alone as well.
I need no weapon.
Well, I mean, I would assume what I just gave you is a bit of a weapon, but sure, just, yeah. Humility. Humility. He's already, he's searching for answers. He's like, fuck! Am I gonna lose to this? Maybe. We have him on a 2-turn clock here. Well, 2-round clock, technically. That's a bit of a thing about this game, right? Because it passes from one, like, we alternate between our attacking rounds. It's not like he's super on the clock. Like, even though we have a threat that kills him in 3 hits, it takes a while for that to happen, right? Like, it has to go back to he'll basically be at like 7 mana when I get to attack with this again. So, all right, sure. We have Spirit's Refuge.
We could use a bite.
As fate will,
I could kill this. I would like to kill Elise though.
if I must.
I would like to kill Elise. Because Elise is the one way this guy can get out of hand. If he gets enough spiders, he can level her up, and then he can challenge me and put me in a precarious position. So Elise is by far the biggest threat on this board. Ooh. We got Purified though. Alright. We got Purified. That's something we gotta consider. Good thing we didn't go for this immediately. We can drop you now, or no, we can just play Karma.
Ionia speaks through me.
Alright, well, we're not winning just with Solitary Monk. Wouldn't have it any other way, honestly. It would be a pretty lame game if that were to happen. So we're gonna drop Karma here. We have a bunch of, defense backup. Not defense against Vengeance, though. But playing Karma now is really neat because you can generate me a... Okay. Ain't nobody got time for that. We pass. We play more defensive as of now. We get an absolutely useless spell, but you know. I mean, unless they have Deathmark themselves, we can take it back to them, I guess. That's a plan. Will we see Hecarim? If we see Hecarim, what are our options? Yeah. Well, that sucks for you. Yeah, but that is still a bit of an issue here. I mean, sure. Mobilize is only for units. Mobilize, what the hell? We could still see a 2-drop go down here, like another Miss Wraith or an Elise. I want to keep this lifesteal in the back. I do want to trade you with that.
Fate wills.
By force of will.
I think for the time being, I just want to... No, I think it's about time I get a little bit of health back, right? For 1 mana, he can't really do much. It's important to stay healthy. You know, go to the doctor, all that stuff. Don't take your health for granted. Back to back. Interesting. That's certainly more useful. A total of 9 mana, which means we can't do this. We are limited. We can't do this, and this, though. So we are going to drop the Emerald Awakener.
My path is clear.
An open heart teaches more than open eyes.
I want to wait. Not going to rush in. Especially because a certain combination of cards could take my Karma down, and keeping Karma alive is the utmost priority here. Next turn I have a total of 8 mana, which means I do have Judgment Enable with Protection. So I could very well go for that. Though I like these denies as well.
Skitter out from the darkness.
Do I go for a Judgment here? I don't think so, right?
I will learn from you.
Peace has its cost.
No Vile Feast. I was like, I had this in the backup in case Vile Feast. But there is a Black Spear. We're gonna deny.
No.
No. 9. Alright, we don't have to resort to anything. Ooh, that's sexy. That's pretty sexy. Let's chill for now. Let's see what our opponent does. Okay. That is certainly an issue. That does warrant reinforcements. Wow, okay, I did not expect this. Price steal formation, holy shit. Alright. No, that ain't happening. What do I do here though? I think I twin this disciplines, right? And twin disciplines can be really strong in the late game though. But I think I need to have like one of each, yeah. All right. Okay, we just found a detain. That's actually really...
Heart and mind as one.
That's really key, actually, because this bright steel formation is really scary.
My wisdom is now my strength.
All right.
Try me, I dare you.
Find enlightenment.
The reason why I didn't do anything there is because I wanted to make sure. I want to have more mana, and I wanted to see, because I'm expecting like a relentless pursuit from him. So I definitely want to detain this. By doing that, I gain health because I give her the lifesteal, so I go from 1 to 6, and I'm gonna go ahead and
Conviction.
attack with you. And basically with this, I get my health back up there, and I do enable a black spear, but that does not happen. We're always gonna be keeping that deny backup, as that's the only way we really lose this game, with our opponent getting a sneaky spell and us not being able to answer it. And now we're in an incredibly strong position. We got back, you know, half of our total health. You know, going up from 1 to 12 is really neat. And here we're able to just really pressure him. As long as we do things right and we don't overcommit and don't play foolishly, this game is in the bag. Especially because of this deny right here. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I sure do like the idea of a judgment. My opponent's playing around that too.
I will learn from you.
Get judged. there's nobody left. Emerald, it's okay. that was too much anyways. Relax, buddy. You did good. There's our girl.
The sun is shining.
We should do. So she's...
Is everyone okay?
What the hell? Okay.
Strength from within. This is my cause.
I mean, I should not really attack here, but I kind of really want to. Yeah, I think I really want to. La, 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 la. I want to go for it.
Come from the dark.
I'm being proactive here. Yeah, he needs to be. He needs to respect the potential of my twin disciplines here. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna go for twin disciplines, but we're gonna do so on this.
I've been hiding my light too long.
Just so we can level up Lux, get that final spark, which we intend on duplicating, by the way, and blowing that Hecarim back. This deck is so disgusting once it goes off. Oh, it's actually really fun. In a degenerate kind of way. I know you guys have been asking for Karma and Lux for a while. Alright. Yeah, I'll let that happen. I will allow it. This deck is the epitome of you utilizing your health as a resource. Let's get to final spark, shall we? Get rid of this Hecarim. Like nothing. Oh. Okay. Alright, well. You're not gonna like this. Forfeiting coming in 3, 2. Oh my god. This is disgusting. I think you just talked to me. Because I have Raging Kiwi on my friend list. Yeah.
By the light.
Good guy. Yeah, because Raging Kiwi is a big fan of
Return to us.
he's a big fan of Karma Lux as well. We've talked about it several times, like about how we like this archetype.
They cannot strike what they cannot see.
The end game here is very clear. We just dropped the King Kulai Blade. Okay, that's spooky. We cannot allow that. So it's pretty simple. We put you here. We drop you here. We play you here. We go down to like barely anything because Emerald Awakener is pretty ridiculous. Okay.
Fight with the might of our people. To my side. My time.
And now we just go bananas. Shout outs to Kiwi for letting me showcase that degeneracy on the video. He didn't even know I was recording, but he's such a fan of Karma Lux that he actually wanted to see, you know, how nasty that can get, basically. Oh, that was neat. All right, so I think that was good enough for a video. You know, it's only 2 games, but it is a live recording session. You know, and it's over 30 minutes. I gotta eat and then stream. I'm gonna be streaming some Draven and Heimerdinger today. Let me know if you guys want to see some more Karma and Lux action. I actually really enjoyed this deck. I'm probably gonna play more of this on stream as well, because you know, I feel like I got a lot more to try this out. Like, I really like this archetype. Even though it is abusing standalone, which I do not like as a card in the game. I think this card should be removed, but you know, in the time being, you know, if you can't beat them, join them. And Karma and Lux is just amazing, amazing. Dawn and Dusk was super key as well. Like both of these seem really good. Remembrance and Dawn and Dusk. It's interesting to see, you know, how maybe I could take away one Judgment and add in a second Dawn and Dusk. I think that could be better, honestly. But regarding the rest of the deck, I'm pretty damn happy with it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy the games. Have a swell day. Thank you for watching. Swell day. I'm gonna say that again because I went too fast there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Let me know if you want to see more Karma and Lux. Subscribe for more free daily Legends of Runeterra content from your favorite fake Brazilian card boy. Highly contested title, I know. And I'll stop talking. Love ya. I'll see you tomorrow.